Welcome to Slabbed Podcast, episode 81, where the grades matter and there are no rules. How you doing, Professor Oak? Happy
Woo-hoo! Happy Wednesday. Happy Thursday morning. Happy Wednesday.
Wednesday, the night of recording.
Yes. How are you? How you doing? How's your week?
Oh, best weekend I ever had. Nobody's sick. Just we were out playing in the sunshine, like we were out skipping and got the pool out. It was a perfect weekend. No, I'm true.
Bikes with the little tykes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Also, I did get I got a new exhaust for my truck that's getting installed tomorrow.
Why?
Improved performance. It makes my V8 go a little more pep, and it'll probably sound a little bit cooler too. So
I should get one for my V8.
You should.
That sounds tempting. I want to get one of those microchips where it responds to the acceleration better, because that wait before it, blasts off. I would like to eliminate that.
Yeah, well, there's some lag.
Yeah, and they're like $300, I think. I should probably get one.
Yeah, my the new exhaust is, I think it's cheaper than a case of Prismatic Evolution's ETBs from the Pokemon Center. So that's cool. I was shocked for a giant truck exhaust. Sign me up. It's the little things, man. How about you? Anything fun?
Yeah, I wasn't sick at the weekend either. Yeah, we weren't sick and stay home and have a dreadful blur of a weekend float by. But yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll now. Start to feel myself. Today, start to feel a little bit better. And also got my tooth fixed that I cracked open. So that was good. And my anesthetics just wearing off, starting to feel a little bit more normal now. So yeah, ready to jump in and chat with you. We got a fun list of things happening. I feel like there's stuff happening every week still. Like we just continue to chug along with new things in the hobby. It's great. It gives us plenty to talk about.
Yeah, no, it's I never would have suspected it, to be honest. I was like, it'll peter out here. Episode 35. Shit's gonna get lame, but man, we're cooking. Anyways, let's get into the spice topics. Last week we had a legendary winner. Shout out to Katie Lowen. Shout out to Katie. She had said, which was something I had said, but I didn't say it as a spicy comment. She just reiterated it, but she said Giovanni's Polyrath would be fucking incredible. I had mentioned it in passing, that complaining that we might get a Giovanni's Polyrath in the next Rocket set, but she took it and spun it backwards and ended up winning the spicy comments. Shout out to Katie. What do you think?
I like Polyrath. I think the only thing for me is I don't think they gave enough definition between Polyrath and Poliwhirl. They're just too close.
Truly. What is the difference? I don't even, like, off the top of my head, is this spiral thing in his stomach bigger? I don't even know.
I think it goes the other way or something, and then it's very small differences. I think one's wearing gloves or something. I forget what it is, but it's like really not that much different. I would have liked something a bit more impactful, with that evolution. I think that could make it different. But in general, I like them. I think they're great. And Poliwag cute too. Little tadpole. I mean, who doesn't like tadpoles?
Yeah, I think I just changed my spicy comment for this week. Yeah, Polyrath is interesting. I obviously I said the comment during it in passing, like I would be pissed if it happened. Like if we got a Giovanni's Polyrath and it's a special illustration rare, I'm like, what are we doing? So Yeah. I think I'm all.
I think it's like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy for it. Nobody hates Poliwrath, right? It's not Pokemon that's like I hate that. So it's not like Mr. Mime or like
I'm
Jing.
pretty sure I hate Poliwrath. Like, I don't think I've ever had him
No.
in the game. I don't think I've ever had a Poliwag in any game or a Poliwhirl in any game. Is the most useless Pokemon that's ever walked the face of Earth.
It's so harsh.
It's so trash. Give me all Gen 13 Pokemon over that. And we're not even there yet.
I feel a little defensive of him now. I feel like I need someone to stick up for him. Poliwrath is an OG, but also is strong. Looks pretty cool. I don't know. I'm trying to think of good things. Well, maybe you're right. I don't know.
In the 151 set, he got the bitch treatment, and the Poliwhirl got the art card.
Yeah.
And Poliwrath got blasted.
Yeah, I like the raindrop, the puddle one. Yeah, I don't know. It's I've never felt that strong about him. I was going to say the opposite. I was going to say I don't feel strong really either way. Like I would say I like him, but it's not my favorite. I don't know if it's too many people's favorites, but I don't know anyone that like really doesn't like him. Like is unfavorable towards him. I guess
Me.
I guess you. Maybe we're starting a trend here. Maybe we should do an assessment. We should rank some OGs together live or something one day and go through it, because I'd be curious which Pokemon you like and don't. Now knowing that you don't like, because there's definitely some that I don't like. That's for sure.
Do a well, maybe we'll have to have Ponga and Beerski on, and we'll do a the rate, because that's what they do on their channel. So
that would be good.
Shout out to Box Nostalgia Podcast.
But would we have to agree, or would we do our own rankings?
That would take a long time too. There's 150 of them bitches. Holy shit.
No, we'd wouldn't do them all. We'd pick some to go over.
You don't have to agree.
Okay. Discuss. We discuss. Okay.
All right. So let us know if you guys want to hear that. Next week, Spicy, go ahead.
Pre-orders don't work. You said you changed yours. What's yours?
Yeah, I had a couple good ones. It was not good. I was making fun of a lot of people in here, and they're getting to fucking get roasted. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna keep it to Pokemon. I'm gonna keep it to Pokemon. Poliwrath should have never been created, and the rightful evolution Politoed should have been the clear decision that they tried correcting ever from the beginning, and all things would have been right in the world. So,
okay.
Next week's going to be a little bit spicier, but I had to just lay it on my guy, Poliwrath, because he blows. So, sorry, Katie Lowen. Feel bad for you.
I'm with Katie. You had an honorable mention here, which I think was you, right?
Yeah. So I thought it was interesting. 13 days ago, which was, I don't know, 24th ish, when we did our last episode, I had mentioned, my spicy comment was there's going to be a documentary coming out on this in the next 2 years, and 3 of your most hated content creators will be front and center. And like 3 days later, the news dropped on the test print cards.
Oh,
which
is a pretty big one. Yeah.
I was kind of shooting from the hip on the documentary. Like, usually when people do documentaries, it's because something extravagant is going on. Like, I could see people doing it, documentaries on Pokemon investors that have made millions of dollars, and they interview like 10 of them and like, what did you guys do? I could see that getting a lot of views. And then I could see something like as big and bad as this getting a documentary, you know, like
a crime one,
a major crime thing. So yeah, I feel like it's really gonna happen. Like I thought it definitely could, like a mainstream Amazon Prime or HBO Max, something is gonna happen. Because it's gonna take is a Pokemon person that finds this side of YouTube and is like, oh shit, this is gonna be easy. I know all the people I need to interview. They're all right here. Done. Like, and I work at HBO. Let's get this going. Like, throw a pitch, you know?
yeah.
So it's gonna happen soon. Probably sooner now than later. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. The timing on that.
I feel
Pretty
like
good.
is Vice still a thing? They used to make pretty like raw documentaries about real stuff. I feel like they would do a good job of it.
Vice.
Yeah. Like I watched
Oh
one.
yeah.
I
I don't know.
watched a couple they did of people crime related ones that was super interesting. Like very interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like some of the I think we all want to hear more about because all we're seeing at the moment is the result, right? We're seeing the impact it's having, the final result of people getting swindled and the money going and that stuff. I want to know like what actually happened. Like how did this get going? Who got the printer? Who did this? Who approved? To do the grading and all the rest of it. Like I feel like there's multiple steps where multiple people either went wrong or were complicit.
Yeah.
I'd like to know that story.
You know what's gonna kind of suck is I feel like we're gonna kind of know the answers because we're how deep we are into the woods. Like we're in the weeds enough where we're gonna know the documentary's like resolution before it comes out. Which will be kind of weird, but it'll be a huge story for a bunch of people that aren't in it, you know. So
Who do we know on YouTube right now that could do it?
could do what documentary?
Yeah, who do you think would do a good job of it?
You talking about actually doing their own investigations too? Then Rattle probably was my thought. Because that's a whole different part of it than.
But the content part,
the content,
like filming
not
it,
not
scripting
Rattle.
it out like an actual documentary. Like I would say he is less on the entertainment and more on the finding and solving,
yeah,
and publicizing. You know,
say Jono Jake.
That's a good option.
What about you?
Maybe it's maybe a team effort. Maybe it's not just one person. Maybe a few people need to come together, collect the info. Someone collects it, someone scripts it out, someone does the video editing, someone does the voice. Maybe there's a person that does each part and one person that's producing, directing it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll produce. I'll be a producer.
I won't be. So everybody drop your spicy comments down below. And we are going to do a live in either next week or the week after. We're going to shoot for next week. And we would like some spicy comments down there to discuss during the live stream. So if you could drop some, we will also be answering questions live. I own a full-time Pokemon business. My wife does it. So that'll be cool, interesting if there's any questions. But yeah, looking forward to the live, man. It'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. It's always fun, especially seeing everyone in the chat and everyone talking and asking questions. But it would be awesome to have a few, out the gate ready to go that we could go over. So please, like Josh was saying, please get those in the comments now. If you think of some good ones you'd like us to chat about, even some good topics, get them in there. I think it'd be cool. I was talking about you guys. Yeah. been fun. Okay, so we did the winner, we did the mention, we did next week's spicy. We're gonna get some more in the comments, some spicy comments. So we're wrapping up spicy comment section. How did we do on the Super Bowl guess, Josh?
You won. You definitely. I mean, you got halfway there.
Yeah.
I had dreamed of the Bills and the Skins, well, Commanders, and that obviously was kaput. Neither of them are playing. They're both in Mexico, sitting on the beach, and I am super depressed about what is going to occur. It'll be nice. I'll be able
Sunday,
to mingle
right?
Yeah, Sunday. I'll be able to mingle more with the people. But yeah, you won. You picked the Skins and the Chiefs, so you got, like you said, halfway there. So who do you think's going to win?
Chiefs. I think they're gonna take it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun watching them. It was 2 years ago that they won.
They've won the last 2 years.
Oh, they won last year too. Yeah. Okay. That's why I'm getting confused. Yeah, I remember watching them and thinking, yeah, it makes sense why they won. They seemed to play pretty good. They were a pretty awesome team. So
yeah, it's it's annoying. Just teams that constantly win, annoying. Just all the crap with the refs and Patrick Mahomes playing like the biggest pussy in the world is just insane. Just feathering the line, waiting for somebody to get close to him so then he can fucking dive out bounds, trying to get a flag like he's playing football over in Europe. Like,
I was about to say there has been definitely some similarities happening recently that I've seen where it's looking more like soccer, like a lot more like the dive in, the dramatic effect, and like, you know, chatting for the ref for stuff, which I hate. It's my least favorite thing about soccer, like by far. It's the worst part. You just want to slap them.
Oh my god! Like,
it's so annoying.
Being such a pussy.
Yeah,
I hate.
Like, really?
I hate the late sliding. Like, not just the out of bounds thing. Like in football, when you're running down the middle of the freaking field, you could like I saw a college football player do like a fake slide, and they cooked the guy. Like the guy just gave himself up. And then just ran a touchdown. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That should be illegal. Like, you should get a 30-yard penalty the other way as soon as you do a fake one of those, because they created these rules to help you pussies from dying. And here you are abusing the rules. Let them die on the field. Like, please let Patrick Mahomes' head get ripped off on Sunday and don't blow the flag.
I'm excited for it. I'll probably make some wings or something. You know, make some nice.
That sounds so good.
Foodies. I got a sous vide at Christmas. Got a sous vide set up. So I made some steak the other day. I've made chicken in it. I made a curry in it even. I'm gonna do a few different things. I was debating doing that, but then like, I don't know if I want to risk it. I think I'll just grill them and just do it nice. I've got a few different
Stargazy pie?
No Stargazy, but I don't think I could do a pie in it.
Have you ever shown your wife what that is? You should make her one just to F with her, see what she does.
She'd cry. She'd be so mad if I did something like that.
Just as a joke?
Yeah, she'd know.
She'd be devastated.
She would be like, I'm not eating that. No. Like, it wouldn't even entertain the thought.
Yeah. I mean, you should mess with her like game time. Hey, I've been working on this pie all day. You need to check
the appetizer one with one head.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And have her pull it out. You got to record it just for me. And it'll be like, I was just messing with it. Here's the real one or whatever. It'll be pretty hilarious. Oh my god.
It will be fun. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think they're playing it free on that Tubi app. I don't know if it's ever been streamed for free before. Has it?
Yeah. It's like on Fox or CBS, I think.
Oh, on channel, but I mean on one of the apps. I don't think the apps have streamed it free before.
Probably not.
I think you normally have to buy the subscription or whatever. If you have like cable, I mean, it's on. Yeah.
Yeah, I have YouTube TV, so I'm chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Basically
Tubi is
cable.
doing it on their free one. I don't know if that's from what I understood. Anyway, don't quote me, guys.
That's cool. Yeah, I agree. Sadly, I think the Chiefs will win. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be a pussy at least 3 times with a late slide and feathering his feet towards the out of bounds. Then he'll crash inbounds, gaining an extra 5 yards like an absolute vagine. So it's pretty unfortunate the way it is. But and then don't get me started on Mr. Swift. What a absolute bitch. God, I cannot stand this effing team. Oh, God, he's probably getting pegged by her right now. Okay, let's go to the next one.
How much do you think he weighs?
Travis Kelce?
Yeah. Dude's massive, right?
Half the weight of Taylor Swift.
No.
Travis Kelce, I would guess 238.
Oh, really? I was thinking more like 260, 270. I was thinking even bigger than that.
250.
No. Okay. Yeah. That's a big dude.
It's not that big. I'm big.
You're taller though, right? How tall is he? He's only like 6 foot.
6'5".
No way.
I'm literally Jason Kelsey's twin. Me and him are the same height. Yeah, he's 6'3". I'm 6'3".
I thought he was like 6. I didn't realize he was that tall.
Yeah, as all his times he was pegged by Taylor. He grew a couple inches.
It's the high heels.
Try it out. Try it out one time. You're trying to get taller.
Valentine next week. I'm 6'3". Hey, I was 6'4". My spine messed me up, and now I'm 6'3".
Jesus. Anyways,
Never say never, Joshua.
PSA
price
increases.
Price increases.
Oh no, I scrolled way too far down. Holy shit. Oh yeah, gem rate. If you want to run through those.
PSA 1.3 million for January 2025. I have had my sub that I'd been putting together for so many months last year, and it's sat in receiving for over 3 weeks now. They are busy.
Yeah.
Like, this is sitting and receiving, not even opened the box yet for 3 weeks. That's giving me COVID vibes. I remember this same feeling when we were in the height, and that submission I sent was in for like 8 months. I think it took the turnaround. It's giving me PTSD.
Yeah, there's people with subs out there from November.
Ridiculous. Absolutely unreal. Especially for like the size they are now. Like, it's not, this just didn't just boom. Like, we didn't just suddenly have it. They've been bulking up. They have multiple locations, They're prepped for it. So I don't know what's changed. They knocked out 1.3 million. So I mean, obviously they're getting more than they can handle. It's just math at that point. But you think
child labor laws tightening up.
But you think they have something where there was a bit of redundancy, a bit of wiggle room, where if it did get a bit busier, they could beef up this area, move someone to this area, whatever. Like, receiving shouldn't be this far behind. Like, you open a box and say, "Yep, that's how many are in there." I mean, it's not rocket science stuff. So I still don't think we fully know their mindset on the processors. But yeah, they did 1.3 million, which was another rise. They're definitely doing more and more. So that's good news. But CGC, looking at their numbers, they did over 300,000.
Nuts.
Which I don't know why. I don't know what happened there.
The year-over-year growth of 66%. Holy shit.
Yeah, they were in. I don't know if they'd even hit 2 last January. I'm trying to remember what the number was. I want to say it was in the 100 and something.
Give you an idea, August of 2024 was 170K.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bump. That's a pretty decent bump up there. So I'm not sure what happened there. I feel like I'm missing some information. But again, SGC, they did 170,000 in January. I mean, unreal. I'm guessing people got Pokemon cards for Christmas. I'm guessing PSA got some from GameStop. I'm guessing SGC got some from, other sports dudes. Beckett even jumped up. They jumped to 64,000. Like everyone had a really solid January, which I feel typically hasn't been a very busy month in the past few years. I don't remember January being that busy of a month for grading the past few years.
It did have Terrestrial Festival, and Surging Sparks was all in that time frame. So I get it. There's definitely some shit going on. What is the year-over-year on the PSA one? Do you see it? 7%. So that's down from last year because last year in January they were 22% increase year-over-year. So they kind of slowed down. Still going up, but slowed down. CGC January last year was at a 40% increase year-over-year. So they went from that's some pretty big number changes. 40% and then 66%. Damn. But yeah, they were at 184K last January.
Yeah, I mean 300. That is, they're essentially almost at a quarter of the size of PSA at that point. That's how many CGC did in January. But that's a lot. That's a really big chunk. They've really dominated themselves as solidified themselves as one of the top 3 major players for sure. I think it would be hard, which I know we're going to get into, with the test print situation, but I think it'd be really hard to knock them down in the way people are talking about, with how they've handled it. I just think that they're almost too big to fail at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 306K is pretty phenomenal. And 1.3 million, Jesus Christ, from PSA.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of plastic, man.
306K. That's even if you did one a business, graded every business day. Every day, not just business day, which I don't think they do. That would still be 10,000 cards a day, right? In January, that's a lot.
Yeah, 1,000 a day.
No, it'd be 10,000. 10 times 30 be 300. Yeah.
Yep. Math
That's
is
a lot.
hard.
That's a lot of cards. And I would imagine, I don't know for sure. I can't imagine they're grading on Sundays. Maybe not even Saturdays. I don't know. Maybe there's overtime people can do if they want to make extra money or something.
Work from home.
But, yeah. So I imagine that's probably closer to 15,000 cards a day, which for any big company is a lot. They're definitely making some money. They're doing well.
For sure.
So these test print cards, not my wheelhouse, not something I'm interested in, not something I would have ever chased or tried to spend, an investment amount of money in. But I do feel terrible for those of our friends that we know, that have bought those cards. Now they're unsure if they're real or not. Even just hearing Rusty talk about it in his video last week, I felt sad. It made me feel sad for people. It really
Yeah.
sucks, that whole situation. The impact it's had on so many people. There are so many. I didn't check the pop report. I should have looked at the pop report for them if that's if it's public. But I feel like there was a lot came out very quickly, pretty hot and fast. That set. So, what's your thoughts on it before we jump into CGC and stuff? What's your thoughts on the actual cards?
I thought it was hoping they were real. Like obviously some of them are, and it was proven that Akabane had him on his Instagram a while back when that did exist. I don't know. It's unfortunate. I'm really like we were talking earlier about the documentary and knowing the root of where all this happened and who bought what and where's the printers and who went down and how do they rate them and did they assassinate the dude because he's basically printing money? Like, what are we doing? Um, yeah, it's crazy. But I like the fact that they're out there, but this big of a black eye, I don't know if anyone's ever gonna touch something like this ever again. Like I don't think it'll be tough for somebody to encapsulate this and not get absolutely flamed ever again.
I think for me, they're not Pokemon cards. Like I think anything that wasn't made to be a Pokemon card isn't a Pokemon card. But like not to sound too black and white about it. I think it's interesting. I'd
Yeah,
happily own one and I'm sure I'd love it. But I'm not drawn to it the same way maybe the bigger investors, collectors are in terms of it being so unique and so the story behind it and everything. I'm not as invested into that. It just doesn't click with me that well. So yeah, I was just curious on your thoughts with it.
yeah, yeah. What about your like on the business side of things? Do you think CGC handled it correctly? The way they slow rolled it and then they released their statement. I don't know if you know what it said.
I watched Rusty did a video about that too,
Yeah.
right? I think that was
Oh,
the one I watched
yeah.
about it. I don't think I read it. I listened to him talk about it. And I don't remember it word for word, but I think for me, the proof's going to be in the pudding. I think we're going to hear from people. Did that happen? Did anyone get a refund? Did anyone get it sent back to because it said send it in? Did they say yeah this is good or no this is fake? What did they do? Like I want to see a real example of that happening and going through that process and everything that goes on. I think at that point, I think we'll know more about the CGC can say all they want. They can put out statements. They can say this, say we're going to do that, but like I think we're gonna need the proof in the put in, like
Yeah.
on how it gets handled and what the results are. And it sounds like there's probably quite a few people from how many cars are out there and sold. There's quite a few people going to be affected. So I'd imagine someone's going to make a video on it. Hopefully, like I would like to see that, for us to experience it. What about you? How are you feeling about it?
I thought the way CGC handled it was exactly almost what I would have predicted. Is you're not going to come out right away because this is now a investigation. You're not going to be able to come out with a whole bunch of details and
Yeah,
tell everybody you effed up, and you can't do that when there's an investigation.
corporate response. Yeah,
Yep, corporate response, you gotta do it. It's just that it is what it is. You got all these employees and everyone's lives at risk. You can't just shut her down, you know what I mean? So you gotta proceed with caution. They did that. Then they announced their statement saying, okay, this was what we're gonna do. I wish it said what could happen. Like these are the outcomes. They didn't really give you what the outcomes are. It's more so like send us your cards and we'll see if it's real or fake kind of
that's
thing.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we need to see what does that
Yeah.
result in. Like, we really need to experience that for sure. Yeah.
So far it's okay. I not too upset with it. But like it's crazy. Like some people are floored. with the way they've handled it, and I don't know if they're just clueless. I don't know, but
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion flying around with this situation, and I think it's just because of the money. Like these weren't cheap cards.
yeah, right, yeah, 100%. And then I know people that have tons of money into them, and they're just doing what they're told, like they're supposed to, setting the cards in. All right, let's dance, CGC.
Just got to do it.
Blank check, baby. Come on. Yeah, you saw how Z and G uh let the ship sink. No, I'm sure. See how he
He
responded.
he said he refunded them, right, and was gonna
Yeah.
and then chase it up himself, kind of see what's gonna result.
Yep. Essentially, yeah. He was gonna have people send the cards back to him, and if they do, he would refund, and then he would pursue the litigation or the insurance money, whatever.
Yeah,
Which,
I
yeah, it's
mean,
a
I
lot of
think
money.
there's some grit there, right? I think that says a lot about the way he conducts business, and I think he feels some ownership about it. You know, wants to take some ownership of the situation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's tough. I don't think I would have did what he did. Knowing me, the consigner house, I am not the grading company. There's a reason I don't grade cards. I'm not giving the guarantee on these, which is the same stance Fanatics gave recently. They're not saying they're going to pay people out. Hey,
Right.
CGC is going to start working on this. Everybody, here's all the information. Go do your thing. I'm sorry you bought a fake card, but we were told it was real by CGC. We got duped. You got duped. We
Yep.
don't own the card. So you kind of got to go fix your own shit. You're spending big boy money. Go get your big boy money back. Like, what are we doing?
And I would imagine either way, you'd probably end up with the same result. Whether he did it, I did it, whatever. You know, you're probably going to get the same answer depending on what the card gets reassessed at. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
how were they not checking the dot matrix thing? How did they not know? It seems like I know hindsight's 2020, but it just seems like such a dumb mistake.
Yeah. I think that dot matrix doesn't exist on cards like Pokemon cards. So they might have just assumed they were the same print version. But is there a rosette on those? There's got to be a rosette pattern on them still. And maybe that's all they looked for. And didn't even think about that. Obviously, they didn't think about that. So having that other type of dot pattern to check and verify,
Isn't
which
it?
is
Isn't
crazy.
Aren't we paying them to think about that stuff though? Because isn't that
Yeah.
their job? Literally, their job is to verify that it's authentic, and they didn't verify they were authentic.
Yeah. What's really tough, though, is probably because the first three that made it through that had the best story, and they were probably actually 1996 cards. It appears the first three that got graded and sold, the next ones that came in were identical.
Right.
Like also mounted on card. Yeah, looks good. You know, it's yeah. But yeah, no, I agree completely. It was a massive F up. And they're gonna obviously feel the wrath pretty hard here. And their insurance policy is gonna be fucked going through the mother effing ceiling. But
Yeah. So BlackRock, I don't think it was CGC related, but I saw something where they dipped a little bit the other day because something else that happened. I think they own the companies that own CGC. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like they've got some recovering to do. I just don't know what they could do that would recover. Like you.
time.
You authenticated stuff that weren't authentic. Like, I think for me, they've just lost that. I've just lost trust, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know.
They lost no trust from me in graded Pokemon cards, authentic Pokemon released cards, like 100% no issues. They're on the same field as me for PSA. Just stop doing these prototype cards because every time you touch them now, you're gonna get lynched. Like
Yeah.
it is not worth your time probably ever again to grade weird oddity things unless you have a bulletproof mother effing paper on where the origin was and
Yeah.
where they came from. But yeah, I don't think their PSA fucks up so bad too. It's not even funny. But
Do you think it
yeah,
was one guy? Do you think they trained one guy up to be the expert on this
I would
mod,
have.
and then he just ran with it?
Yep. I would think there's a chance that Matt Quinn was possibly the grader. At one point, he was the only one grading the really high end stuff. Like he was the only one doing like the beta magic cards, I feel like.
I didn't even think about that.
But I don't know because his new role when that happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't know when did we have him on the podcast. Can't remember if he was still doing grading or not.
It's been a while.
No, it's interesting. I was thinking about the other day. Like we've had 3 guests on the podcast sent like with us, not like gentlemen replacing us when we're absent. But it was Z&G Emporium, Matt Quinn, and Sean Bassick. All 3 of them pretty fairly involved in all of the test prototype stuff.
What did we channel? We channeled something there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it seems most of the fraudness is being pointed at Akabane, but that's complete speculation. But that's what I've heard in some of the recent Rattle videos.
Put his
It
name on
looks
it.
like, yeah,
I can't help but feel with that kind of stuff, like where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, and I know you don't always want to assume the worst of stuff, but a lot of the time, if stuff's obvious, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, oftentimes it's it's not a goose, right?
yeah,
So
it's a squirrel. Yeah, yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. I think we're still going to learn more. I think there's going to be more stuff coming out. I think we're all anticipating, more news, more involvement, more rattle videos, more communication about what CGC doing, or going to do, that kind of stuff. We'll see.
yeah. Our 4th guest is gonna have a lot to live up to. No.
Who could
Yeah.
be?
We'll have to do another one of those soon, eh?
Yeah.
Any recommendations, people? Drop them down below. Preferably somebody in the graded cards business. Slabs. We like slabs.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
I have someone in mind. We'll take it offline and circle back.
Beckett guy? Bring him back. Bring him back. We need him back. Let's get the scoop. Oh, shit. Yeah. Let's take it offline. That was good times. Up next, we'll leave test prints in the past. To be talked about again when we get cooler information, which will probably be when CGC resolves some of this.
We'll see.
Prismatic Super Premium Collection. It's not Ultra because it's one less pack than the one. So it's only Super. Which is
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the 15-pack thing.
Yeah, I don't know why they getting chintzy on us here, but 15 packs, those things are going to be insane. The packs are already selling $14 a piece.
Yeah,
My
I mean,
God.
if you can get at retail, it's a
Jeez.
no-brainer, right? Like that's just an absolute no-brainer.
Holy, like we thought the Blooming Waters was nuts. 12 packs, and those are cheaper. 15 packs, and you're getting it in a super premium looking box. The Blooming Waters gives me like Black Friday cool collection box vibes,
Oh yeah,
where
definitely.
these are gonna be people will be stabbed.
People are gonna want them in their YouTube video behind them. It's gonna be just like the old UPCs. Like everyone want, the celebration ones in the background.
If I get one, I'm gonna slice my hand open and do the Wilton handprint
Yeah, just
and
talk
put it in
to
my
it.
fucking background.
Embrace it.
That'd be cool. That'd be hardcore. That's how you know you're a real collector. Are you gonna get any if you find them at retail, and would you rip it with your
It
cool
depends
diamond?
it depends how many I can get. If I can get a few, I'd definitely rip one. Yeah.
Even if it's worth $400?
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck, that's
I've been itching at this little guy down here. That's 270, 280. I think they're selling that right now.
holy.
Fucking ETB. Who's paying $280 for an ETB? You guys are animals. Get out of here. Absolutely.
You can almost buy a freaking Nintendo Switch 2 with one of them.
Seriously.
Two of them will get you there.
It'll last you
That's
for
crazy.
years.
Or you can get a whole new truck exhaust for 4 of them. Crazy.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think it's freaking cool. I would love to get it and open some, but I'm so happy 151 didn't experience this, because I would have been so sad not being able to make a binder collection.
I feel like they printed really well for 151. There was a couple of times where I couldn't get it, like sold out. I couldn't get more, but I did get some. I got one of pretty much everything. I got the poster one, the binder one, the UPC one, the ETB. I got the Zapdos box one. What was the other one? I got like I tried to get one of everything to like open it and see. I pulled some decent cards. I mean, I pulled the Charizard. Pulled quite a few of the good stuff. So, it's gone down $100. I think now in a 10, it's like I think it was selling for like 300. I think it's selling for like 200 now. The PSA 10 of the Charizard. I want to say, or was it the other way around?
Charizard.
The one where it's flying.
The fat neck one?
I don't remember. The nicer one. Where it's up in the sky floating up.
Just sold for $1,000 in a PSA 10.
Am I thinking raw? I was just looking at the prices of what I sold it at on PBCC.
Yeah, it's definitely $1,000, pretty sure.
What am I talking about? Maybe I'm talking about Celebration. I'm still brain fogged from the COVID.
From the big C? Sold items, definitely, like I swear. Yeah, $1,000 all day. PSA 10 SIR. Chari, $1,000. Cash, effing money.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about Celebrations. I'm getting confused. I sold mine for 302, and I guess they're selling for like 200 now.
Damn.
God, how was that 3 years ago? That's insane. Old maid Mew, 192. My net. First ever.
That ass.
God. First ever one sold.
You should message
Gengar 177. Unreal.
Can you message that person? And be like, hey.
I sold it on PWCC.
Oh, fuck.
That was the play I did on there because it highlighted the low pop that it.
Yeah.
Because it was the first to do it.
Ooh, maybe I should do that with mine.
192. I forgot that it was that much. And it was like, I think I worked out, it was like 32 cents, the card. Unreal. But the 1 of 1 Joe Exotic, 151 I sold that for. That's 2 years ago now. That's crazy. Wow.
Love thy hobby.
Unreal. I saw the prismatic evolutions Pokemon Center ATB, the Eevee promo in there that's stamped. They get the stamped and the regular. I just saw a PSA 10 sell of that Eevee for $910. I don't know if I've ever seen an Eevee sell for $900 before.
Jungle First Edition sold for $1,000 back when the boom.
Well, they all sell for bajillion back then, but like there aren't cards that are just Eevee that sell for that much, right? I couldn't think of any when I was racking my brain. That might be, other than some of the OG ones, like you say, back when we're in the booming, that might be like the best selling Eevee ever.
Is the PSA 10 Black Star promo hard to get?
I can't imagine it's that much.
I couldn't remember if it's that or the cool Porygon that's like really hard to grade. That's a pretty hollow though. I like that Eevee.
It is pretty, but I was not expecting $900 for that card. Like that was really surprising to me. But yeah, I think that collection, the premium collection, I think it's just gonna go crazy. If you can get it at retail, guys, I would definitely buy at least one.
It had to come with some promo, right? Or something.
Honestly, I don't think I've even seen a picture of it. I've just seen people talking about it.
It's got to come with something. Every one of I'm just gonna say it does. It's got to come with something. They all come with some version of a promo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe even more than one.
Yeah. This is one you had mentioned. I didn't even hear that. You want to mention it?
Yeah. Golden put a little post out talking about using CT scanning for boxes for a good reason, to authenticate a box. And I don't know why I hadn't really even thought about it on that side of stuff. I'd been purely thinking about the scanning on the nefarious end of it, of checking for cards, checking, for what's in there, volume of holos, that kind of stuff. And in reality, like, Golden's using it for a good reason. They're checking that it's real. They feel confident enough to authenticate. They're the real packs. They're the real card. You can kind of see what's in there. I thought that was fantastic, and they made it public. Kind of. I don't think they publicized it as much as they should have. I don't think that many people know about it. I think that's a really good marketing tool.
Yeah.
I'd feel good if I was buying a box that I know someone had literally scanned without ripping it open and touching. I don't want you opening it like I've seen them do and put a little sticky label on it. I want that shit. I'm never gonna buy that ever, whether it's a $50 box or $1,000. Scanning it and it still be the original seal and box. That's amazing marketing tool. That's fantastic. So I was really impressed. As long as it's working, I was impressed with the idea. I thought that was great. I want to see what you thought. I don't know if you'd heard of that before. Am I just?
I want to say I could probably find a clip in our podcast where I said somebody's going to do that. I swear I said that. It made sense. 100%. Full send. Like and then I've thought about doing it in the consignment side. Like if somebody comes to me with a $5,000 box they want to consign and be like, let me send it here, but give me an extra week or something.
So is there a need for an actual authentication company, not who, that would actually authenticate it and put it in their own box, sleeve, or whatever after it's scanned for protection. And then it goes to Golden, then it goes to eBay, then it goes to whoever, private seller, whatever.
Yeah, I think that would kill right now. Like if they did the
I would trust
scan
that.
and then they put it in like a slab, essentially. Yeah, that'd be bonkers.
The only downside is what do you get with the results? Do you get just an authentic? Who knows what's in it? Like, is that public knowledge? Is it one person? Is it because at that point, somebody knows what's in that box, and that would affect the value.
Yeah, I would hope that when you scan the QR code on the slab, it would just say authentic. Receive date, process date, back to the seller date, or whatever. Keep it simple.
I guess I'm thinking of like packs, light packs being graded, like not grading, authenticating good stuff. So when you're pretty sure there's something good in it, you're not going to do that. You're going to try and get the card out. How could that look? I haven't really thought it through. I'm just brainstorming right now, I guess, but I'm not sure how that could look for the sealed aspect. If the grader is aware there's something really good in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they buy it. I mean, I don't know.
Ooh, a gold star Rayquaza, and you'd still get wrecked if it got a 9. Like,
but there's no risk. The cards. If you know the cards in there, the price point that card sells at a minimum. You can just do the math. I mean, you have all the information, you have all the data you need. Not necessarily the quality, like you say, but if you can work out, a little bit of risk tolerance there.
Yeah.
Information is, knowledge is money. It's gold. All right. What was that next one we had? Oh, PSA's grading for centering changing to 55-45. Didn't see that come in.
No, not at all. So just to give a little bit of back history. So PSA, since the inception, I believe, their website under the Gem Mint 10 grade says it can be, the centering on the front of the card can be 60-40 to 55-45 approximately. So it had two different numbers on there, where these numbers are technically the only thing that can actually be confirmed, measured in their grading scale. So they had two floating numbers, and now they eliminated one and left the tighter one. 55-45 is very tight compared to 60-40. It seems very small, but it is huge, the change. And
I think they did it for customer service. Just
yeah,
to the sheer number of contacts of people reaching out saying this is 60-40. Why is this not a 10? Because it being so negligible, being so close. I think they've made it stricter so they can point to that and go, shut up. It's not 55-45 buy. I think it's strictly to eliminate a lot of the discussion through customer service on it.
But then, when somebody comes to them now with the card that is a PSA 10 already graded, and the card is 60-40, it's technically out of spec now. Are they paying you out? Like if I say, hey, this card doesn't meet your PSA 10 requirements, it costs $200,000. Here, rehold it to a 9 and give me $200,000, and I'll take my PSA 9 back, and then I'll send it to Tag to get a 10. Like what?
I mean, in theory, that logic works.
Yeah,
with what they're saying. I don't know.
Yeah. Shout out to real quick Dan Catch 'em All Collectibles. He had messaged Nat Turner, the CEO of Collectors, who owns PSA. And he, of course, responds because he responds to apparently everybody. And Dan had just asked about this and how this works. And Nat did not have a very good response. So hopefully Dan does. He had said he's going to be looking into doing some research on this, but yeah, it's interesting that they deleted that one. I would have much rather had seen them keep the 60-40 and not the 55-45 on there just for optics reasons. Like,
I don't feel like I've seen too many 10s 60-40 lately.
yeah, yeah. Nat Turner, I remember what he said. He said basically everything's the same. We didn't restructure our training. They're not tech. He said basically they're not being tighter. It's just all systems go, which is kind of bullshit because we changed the grading scale.
But I think that ties in with what I was saying, where I think
Yeah.
they're just trying to make it easier for customer service to point to a policy, point to a SOP, point to a number. You got a number there. If someone's arguing with you about a center and they say it's not, like, this is what it is, kind of thing.
I agree. Having two numbers was wrong. I don't know why that ever was a thing. Who thought that was a good idea? But
yeah, that's weird.
It makes sense what you're saying.
It's been quite a while since I looked at that. I remember they used to have that the baseball guy on, like, the picture,
Mickey,
and they would have Mickey Mantle on each one, and go through and they describe it and talk about it. I'm sure they still have something to that effect on. That's probably what's on there. But I remember going through them, and learning about each one very early on into it. And yeah, I remember there being a couple of confusing bits on there. It's not super clear. I did also add on here too. They sent information out to some people that they're now offering loans, financial services, from 100,000 minimum to 10 mil, which is, I feel like PWCC were doing something similar, right? They were kind of offering that, and I don't think that worked too great. But I feel like PSA always has a method to their madness. Like, I don't think they do like weird random stuff. Like, they do stuff with purpose. So I imagine there's obviously a need for it, and there's profit there. They have enough expensive items come through, in that price range. They grade a lot of pretty big stuff, not just cards. So
yeah,
so that was interesting to point out too.
You said 100,000 was the lowest?
Yeah, minimum.
Oh shit! I didn't read. I don't know. Missed that portion. Holy.
Yeah. So we're talking pretty big numbers, and they've created a financial services team, just to handle loaning this money out to people. So
banks make money. I don't know how Fanatics fucked that up. Sure they'll be back doing it again after they see these guys have success, because there's just free money out there to be had. So
yeah,
when you're doing financial services like that, giving out loans and
one other thing, I don't know if I'm just like way behind the times here, or if we've already talked about it and I'm just brain fogging to the max. But I was bidding on a card on eBay, I think yesterday or the day before, and it had the full PSA report on eBay.
Yeah.
Like, every pop, every number, and every pop was on there.
eBay.
On eBay, on the listing. They had entered the cert number, and it had pulled every piece of information from PSA into eBay.
Oh shit.
Just like we had talked about last year.
Yep.
Like, I was saying, that's the number one thing that I want to happen, is to have that info and it be exchangeable between them and live. And they're doing it. It's there. If the cert number's there, click on it. It shows you this. It even talks about,
that's cool.
Like, the actual slab. There was information there too, not just the pop report numbers. Fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, sharing their APIs. That's phenomenal.
I was bidding on the card. It was a PSA 10, and I clicked on it, and I could see it was a pop 12, and then the total pop, which was pretty low, as expected. I mean, it was no surprise there. So it was a pop 12, And I feel like that helped me a little bit with my judgment on what I wanted to bid and what may possibly come open for, there might be another one. There might be more getting graded. It's a pretty modern card. Fantastic. I was so happy to see that.
Oh yeah,
I think it's great.
that's sweet. Yeah,
Have you
no, I
seen
saw
it?
that and it looked really good.
You did.
You had sent it in the notes. I don't know why I didn't put it on there.
I don't know if you guys let me know in the comments, guys. I know you guys are leaving spicy comments, but feel free to leave normal comments too. Have you guys used this? Do you like it? Have you seen it? Were you aware of it? I mean, I just discovered it. I'm on eBay every day, and I only just discovered it. I don't know why. Maybe it just released. They certainly didn't market it to me. I didn't get any email or notification. I don't think they put a press release out that I'm aware of with the update. But fantastic! I'm excited to see what else they do.
You just gotta enter the whole freaking cert number when you list on eBay, which kind of blows. But
You do. But they have a cert checker that can scan certs. So maybe that gets integrated next. You take a picture in the app with the they already have the camera function built in. Maybe it just scans everything straight from PSA. You don't even have to enter any of the card info in.
that'd be filthy.
Amazing. That's got to be the next step. That's got to be version 2.
Yeah, if I could scan the back of it and then it just uploads the scan from PSA's website. Woo-wee.
Lush.
Damn.
Because then what are you doing? You're adding in. I'd still want the title to be editable.
100%.
I don't want that fixed. But you'd need to edit shipping and price.
And that's usually standard. You can have a template. Yeah.
And what's that? That takes a minute. Like, it doesn't take long.
Yep.
You make it very fast to list items.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Crazy times, man. Things are changing.
Yeah, I feel like we got some good stuff happening.
Yeah, the integration with all these technologies and websites, and I feel like the auction house stuff's kind of been quiet. Not a whole lot going on with Fanatics and Heritage and Golden. Ken Golden's yelling at the top of the mountain. I don't know if you saw that video of he was complaining that Topps is owned by Fanatics, and so when Topps has a redemption card. So, for example, the MLB patch for Paul Skeens for Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yep.
The 11-year-old got the redemption, sent it into Topps. Topps then flags Fanatics because they are, and then they're the ones who get now consign the card. And Golden never even got a phone call. So big break from the Fanatics team and Topps because you got this redemption thing.
We have it already.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you get the first call to the owner of the card. You have their contact info. Like that's huge. Like that is insane. But he was salty. He said, "I no matter what will beat their offer. Come to me next time."
Weren't they saying that they weren't even sure that card existed? It was like a rumored card, wasn't it?
No.
I thought I heard that they weren't even sure if that was even real.
No, it's all. Those are all. Yeah, it's real.
And then it appeared. Okay.
That's the coolest thing sports has done in a long time. Those debut patches are really cool. You know they are.
Where it has the little cutout piece, right?
Yeah, basically, during their first game, they make them wear the patch on their jerseys, and they cut them off after their debut game, which is really sweet.
Yeah, I thought I saw Neo talking about one, and he was saying like he wasn't sure that it was even. I must have got confused. I must be thinking of something else. Sticking on the technology front, I know we have a couple of notes here still. With you had mentioned Pokemon Center adding a queuing system, and it went live briefly last week. I don't know if you wanted to touch on that because I feel like that's potentially could save a lot of headache and feel a bit more confident about ordering.
Yeah, I'm assuming they still will have all their other restrictions where IP address and only one order for people that aren't bots, but yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it'll get you the opportunity to get some of the stuff if you hear about it 20 minutes late, 30 minutes late. I don't know how long, but yeah, I think it'll if it deters the botting, if that's like I feel like they have the back end. They should know what's going on. So if they're doing this to prevent botting, they know it's being botted. So and I want to say there's a lot of people that are definitely getting a lot of ETBs through botting, Pokemon Center ETBs. So yeah, this will be huge. I think it'll definitely help if it actually works, which it probably does.
I feel like they could make a bit of an event out of it too. Like they could
Yeah.
play promotional videos while you're waiting. They could show upcoming things. They could preview games. You know, I feel like they could put marketing into it too.
Do you remember the PSA lottery queue for grading?
I was thinking about it when you were talking about it. I was literally thinking about that.
What a time.
Just to
Coming
try and
soon.
get how many slots? I don't remember. I think it was 10 slots or something. Like queuing up just to get that one like allocation of slots to. Oh my god.
Like 10 or 20 cards or something. It was like probably 20 cards.
Yeah. I'm rusty now. It's been a little while, but wow, yeah, things are dramatically different.
Yeah, love it. Happy. Even though it seems we're going back in time. Prices are up. Turnarounds are delayed. Grab your ankles. We're gonna end on one subject. Journey together. Coming soon. Very soon. In March.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe it's next month.
Yep. And the Japanese set is already killing it. And some of these prices are insane. The Clefairy with what's the old chick's name? The really popular one. Not Iono. Damn, I'm drawing a blank. Not Erica. Not Erica's Clefairy. Anyways, it's like insane money on freaking TCG Player, some of these cards.
No, Marnie. Marnie's a popular one. No, I'm trying to think who you're thinking.
Lily.
Oh, yeah.
Lily's Clefairy. Good night.
Yeah, she's sweet.
There's just too many female cards in this Japanese set, and all these people, everyone's losing their minds wondering why the Japanese cards are so expensive. It's because did you forget they love waifus? Like, I could see the English set starting with tons of hype because the Japanese set is kind of killing it.
Yep.
And then it will drop because the waifus just don't have the tax here in the English printings.
When they're saying that it was like 31 trainers or something, I'm trying to pull it up.
Yeah,
right
it's something crazy.
now.
But yeah, it is like the Japanese set. Like I feel like this is their EV set, man. Like
there's a lot of guys in it too.
Perfect. They wearing skirts too?
Oh, I wish I hadn't seen this. There's some really nice artworks. Oh,
Yeah,
the Meowth. I did see the Meowth already. That's a beautiful one.
Articuno, like this. There's some really pretty cards in that set.
Oh
yeah,
my
I
God.
thought it was just interesting. All these people freaking out about the English and really hyped up, and it ain't gonna be what the Japanese is. I feel like just because the waifu tax is still real on the Japanese side compared to us. But there are going to be some expensive cards. That's for sure.
Yeah, this looks pretty special at the moment. That's for sure.
Yeah, if Shrouded Fable's able to do what it's doing right now, this set will be insane still. So
yeah, it's interesting. I know we've talked about it before, but I feel like we're just sandwiching so many good sets in right now. And I don't know how sustainable that is. Like it's selling out and everyone going crazy and spending all this money and sending everything to grading, and it all just seems so big and hype and crazy at the moment. It's hard to know what it might look like in a few months or towards the end of the year.
New MSRP $200 now, pretty much for boxes. Like the way it seems, I can't see it being lower than that.
They bumped up the ETBs. You got to stifle demand somehow. Like if you only have so much supply,
you got to print, and they can't do it in that short of notice. Like
if they raised prices $10 on the Pokemon Center ETB and dropped a bunch tomorrow for Prismatic Evolutions, it'd still sell out.
No contest.
And then how much more money would they make just add an extra $10? An extra 20%, off the top.
So much freaking money. Insane.
Not that they need it. I mean, one of the wealthiest companies in the world, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool seeing what they're doing. I'm excited. I feel good. I feel everything feels fantastic right now. It's weird to think back, when some of the OGs, you hear people that were around a long time ago, sweating, just trying to make $5 on a slab, trying to make $5-10 here and, putting the effort in. So it's still about the grind. It was grinding singles and grinding, and there was only 10 of us that would go to all these meetups and stuff. And, you hear all those stories, and we've seen the videos and stuff. Different world. It's not the same hobby remotely. The cards, the artworks don't look the same. The culture's different, the pricing's different, the demand, the supply, like everything has changed in these past 10 years. Completely revolutionized. This set's cool.
Yeah.
It'll
be pretty sweet. I'd love to put it together just because I played the games, but it ain't looking like it with the prices things are. So
yeah, that's the unknown. That's the struggle bus for us right now, isn't it? It's figuring that out. Buying the sets don't seem realistic right now with the good sets, which is ironic because they're the ones that I want to bind. I don't want to bind to the cheaper ones.
Right. Yep.
Catch-22.
Awful.
All right, excuse me. Let's wrap. Guys, don't forget. We are gonna try and hit live next week or the week after. We're gonna discuss spicy comments. We're gonna discuss your topics that you drop in there. So get in there, hit the thumbs up on the ones that you like, hit the thumbs up on the video, leave a comment, leave a question. I don't know, put a $2,000 tip on there. Do whatever you want to do. But thank you for listening in. We appreciate you as always. It's always fun. Good talking with you, Josh.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
see you guys later.
Peace.
Bye.